And welcome, crypto fans, to another ICO review with me, Dino, at Viva La Crypto. Today we're going to be reviewing Coinvest, a ICO that is coming out in January. And we're going to have a quick run through. As normal, go through the white paper because you don't want to, you want me to do it for you. And we'll have a quick look at their website and go through a couple of other things as well. Now, if you haven't seen one of my videos before, please do take the time to hit the subscribe, and if you like the video, do like it. You can have a look at some of our other ICOs that are also going through as well, and take time to review those. So if you're ready to look at this review, strap in. Now, it goes without saying that if you are looking for a 5-minute video, Lambo, Moon, this is not the video for you. What I do is I go through a detailed review. It is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research. And ultimately, if you're going to commit large amounts of your own capital into any investment, you should take the time to do your own research. Look at the white paper. What today is all about is just me going through my thoughts and maybe some points for you to consider if you haven't picked up while doing your own research. So, Coinvest is actually going to look at building an ecosystem. So what they're actually planning to do is have one platform that you can send your crypto to, and within that platform they will have a decentralized exchange. So if you want to exchange your Ethereum for Bitcoin, Monero, then literally you'll just send it off. It'll go off into a decentralized exchange and then come back out with the relevant coin that you're actually wanting, all within, again, the same ecosystem. What that will do is we'll search markets and look to get you the best price, so you don't have to worry about different accounts, having an account with Binance, having an account with Bittrex. Everything will be within the same account. Now, what it will also do is it will allow you to invest into various different indexes. So those indexes can be one that you create, so you can pick Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, or you can track other users as well. Now, one of the key benefits that you'll find through this process, and the reason why it's interested me, is say for instance you only have $1,000, but you want to spread your investment over many different coins. It can be quite expensive with trade costs, sending Ethereum to different exchanges. What this will allow you to do is actually manage smaller amounts in a very cost efficient way. So let's go through the white paper. We'll go through the website afterwards. So here is the Coinvest ICO. Now, if you're looking to find the website, it's important to realise that it's actually coinve.st. I did have a few issues finding the website, so I'll put a link in the description to find the website. Also worthwhile visiting the Telegram. Very good team. Seem to have quite good coverage, so I'll also put a link in there for the Telegram so you can have a chat. Just say Dino sent you. So looking at the white paper, now I was hoping to get this review done quicker, but it's actually a 42-page white paper, which is an absolute pain in the backside, but do you know what? You can't complain that they haven't put the detail in it, so it's actually quite a good white paper. When it's got about 10-15 pages, it makes me a little bit dubious. So what are the problems? So what they're actually looking to do is to have cryptocurrencies are a good alternative investment, so looking at ways of making it easier for people to get into it. Now, the key thing really is with Coinvest is they're not looking to manage fiat. They are so ultimately you will still require Coinbase to actually purchase crypto or whatever service you use. Coinbase is our preferred provider, and again we'll put a link in the description. So if you're looking to get into other cryptos, you can invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, and then send it to the Coinvest platform. The opportunity they see is it's a big rising market. 2017 so far, we've seen the launch of 15 cryptocurrency hedge funds, so a lot of people are seeing the growth potential here. But unfortunately, these investments are typically for high net worth individuals or sophisticated investors, and not really there for ordinary investors. What they're looking for is they're looking to create an open source platform which is dedicated to decentralizing crypto tools, and ultimately the heart of the Coinvest protocol, it is a blockchain protocol with smart contracts. So they do this to reduce the cost, the risk and the complexity to crypto investors. Now ultimately their solution is again to provide this mechanism which is seamless, secure, safe, and also allowing anybody to invest in crypto with just one wallet. Now, as far as the actual token is concerned, so what you will do is you have this one platform, one wallet, one token. So when you actually invest into the platform, you'll exchange your crypto for coin tokens. Now this is the actual token that's used on the platform. It's used as a currency, a measure of value, but it's also used as part of the actual smart contract. Now this is really important because all of the mechanisms behind the actual platform are powered by coin. Sometimes you see a lot of these projects where you actually ask yourself, is there actually a need for cryptocurrency in this? It's obviously just raising money to fund the project. Well, it's different with Coinvest because the coin token is an integral part of the platform. Now, what you'll have with the actual facility as well is you'll be able to invest into the platform. You'll use smart contracts to invest and create an index. So every time you invest, you will actually create an index. So even if you just invest in Bitcoin, you personally will have a Bitcoin index. But as you actually invest in different cryptos, you create your own index, or you can just invest into an existing index that someone else has created. Once it's in, you can then withdraw your funds or sell particular portfolios, go into different indexes, or they're actually looking to have a debit card facility. Now initially they'll look to possibly have a tie-in with another existing provider, but they'll look to create their own facility in the future. Now one of the key benefits that they do mention with this project is there is no KYC. They're having a potential tie-in with Civic. But as far as the debit card, if they are using a third party, then typically you will need to do some KYC for a debit card. If I'm wrong, I'm sure they'll let me know, but that would be my understanding. Now, the leveraging of blockchain technology is really to make it simple, to just set up an account. Because they're not actually managing fiat, you shouldn't have to do any KYC, so it's quite simple. Convenience, so being able to secure all your assets in one particular location, so that you can store different assets. I did actually see that they would actually like to have a hard wallet solution. So what you might find is they might have a ledger support, or they might try and release their own form of hard wallet. They're looking to make it easy for you to buy and sell, and also looking to bring in shorting options in the future, and limit orders. Diversification, which I mentioned earlier, having an exchange, being able to invest in an index. It'd be interesting to see if they, with the indexes they have, whether they'll have any other third-party indexes that they'll import, because ultimately if they use that, if another third party come in, they can actually gain revenue from people investing in their index via Coinvest. So that'd be quite interesting. Autonomy, so there is currently no investment vehicles that enable investors to create and invest in an index. I know a couple of companies have tried, but this potentially will be the closest thing. We've all got friends. For me, it's a guy called Martin Films who is on Twitter. He seems to do very well. He's been banging on about Litecoin and certain projects, and it seems to get it right most of the time. So if he was to set up a particular index, I could just follow his index and let him do all the work for me. Decentralization and security. Investing in cryptocurrencies require sending of funds direct to an exchange. So what they're going to look at having is initially have some tie-ins, so that within the platform, as I mentioned, you can just use a decentralized exchange, keep everything connected to the same wallet. And they're also going to look to have some collateral, so a large proportion of the actual token raise is actually to be held as collateral for the platform, so that they're because with managing a decentralized exchange and making sure that people can take their money out whenever they want, you do have to have some significant reserves to do that. Now, if we compare them to exchanges and also cryptocurrency funds, so they're looking at having no KYC, cryptocurrency storage, short selling, limit orders, index funds, personally curated index funds, full autonomy, being decentralized, which a lot of exchanges aren't, or most exchanges aren't, having non-custodial options of margins and futures trading potentially in the future, and also having a direct debit card. At the moment, I've got a 10x card. If I want to take some money, I've got to send Bitcoin because I have an iPhone, and if I'm sending Bitcoin, that's going to cost me $20 to $30 just to get it to 10x. If wife's got a repair on the car for like $200-300, then that's an extra 10% on my cost to send it to 10x. Whereas this, it'll all be linked, and I can send Ethereum. So yeah, this is just in relation to buy, sell. Now, the benefits of being with Coinvest and having coin is you get trading rewards. So Coinvest has implemented a loyalty scheme, so the more you use it, the better benefits you receive. You'll also get trading profits, so if you trade with a coin, then you'll gain value through having profitable trades. Copy trading, so if you invest and people follow you, then you have the ability to create your own index that has been invested by other people. So other users can invest alongside into users' index and gain benefit through portfolio returns. So if people follow you, then you'll get paid a management fee in effect. And also what they're looking to do is the platform are looking to return value to coin holders. So they're hoping that through adoption, they will actually return value, but also through a buyback scheme as well. Now, where they will earn their money is through the trade cost. So what they'll do is per trade will be charged $4.99, which I think is very reasonable. I currently trade stocks and shares through my pension, and I typically get charged $15. If I do a lot of trading, it goes down to about $9. But if I do, for instance, I've got a Bitcoin tracking fund, and to buy that, it costs me about $40 per trade because it's a complex instrument. So yeah, very reasonable. Now this is quite important here. So 25% of the company's net profit is reinvested into additional cryptocurrency investments, new altcoins, to basically back up their future reserves. 50% of the company's net profit will be leveraged to replenish coin reserves. So the profit, they'll be going back in, building those reserves in. The remaining 25% of net profits will be reinvested back into the Coinvest to support new product development and scale the overall business. So half of the profit is actually going to be just removing coins from the marketplace to actually pump up the value, bringing those coins out of circulating supply. So I think that is a really well run project. Now, going through the team, you'll notice there is a little bit of a common theme through the team. So Damon is the founder and executive director. He is on Telegram quite a lot. I've had quite a few conversations with him. Seems a very switched on guy. He's had very senior roles with Microsoft and managed quite large businesses. So I think that as a executive director, he, on the face of it, looking at his LinkedIn, he definitely has the skills to run this type of project. And he's an IT guy. This is his business. He's not someone coming from venture capital to try and dabble in the cryptocurrency space. Byron, again, worked for Microsoft, AT&T, American Airlines. So we've got a technology director with quite a lot of experience. He's run, he's been working in architecture for quite large companies, so that's really good as well. We've got Taylor, who's working in business development, again from Microsoft. Worked for some big companies again, so Taylor can hopefully push the business forward. Romario, creative director again, worked for IBM. Usman's working on the art. Kevin is under analytical and operations director. Quite a good academic background. Mark, finance director, again worked for some big companies. Kim, marketing director. Good CV there. Now, one that does stand out is Dexran Derat. Now, Dexran is actually a lead developer for Ethereum and the Commonwealth team. He's a blockchain enthusiast, obviously, and he was heavily engaged in the blockchain community, and also had worked and developed on the ERC-223 token. Now, ERC-223 is potentially the future standard. Has extra benefits, like if you accidentally send your token to an incorrect address or a non-existent address, there's options. They're looking to be able to recover your tokens. So you have a lister when it comes to blockchain engineers. So many projects like this have IT guys who have never actually dealt with blockchain before. So to have someone like this on the team is fantastic. Also, we've got Robert, who's got a bit of experience with blockchain as well. Good experience within, Alexander, Elena, good engineers, good experience there. So as far as, sorry, Dimitri, didn't mean to miss you off there. As far as an actual development team, I think there are no worries there. I think that's fantastic. And that's a big selling point to this particular project. Advisors, Tony and Pete, great background. Microsoft. Tony's actually worked in the US Federal, was third US Federal Chief Information Officer. So we have someone with great experience working with, working with the government. Also worked with Microsoft, the Walt Disney Company. And he's also got a lot of experience within blockchain as well. So he serves as a research director for Blockchain Research Institute. So as far as advisors, they've got a really good advice team there as well. Pete's got a really good background as far as an influencer. My main worry, and I won't go through the actual detail in relation to the fact that this ICO is being launched in America. My worries there with ICOs. They have got their own paper, which due to the nature of it, I'll let you read yourself, but they're quite confident this is not a security. They have Tony on, who's there to advise them, so that gives an additional bit of peace of mind there. So the point of the token is obviously part of the pre-sale, having it's in place for the investment contract, for Oracle contracts as well, DAO contract voting and so on. Now, I mentioned earlier about what the actual token is for and why it's important. Because you're creating indexes and you're using the coin to directly invest in the underlying assets, what the token does is it records the information of the trade. So it has the timestamp, the user wallet address, the index name that you've created, the asset names, the asset prices, the allocation, the investment amount, and the sell timestamp. So everything as far as relation, the information contained within your trade is held within that token. So that is why the token is very important for the actual ecosystem. Now, Coinvest acts as a brokerage account. The app also incorporates wallet functions, which we've discussed, keeping your crypto safe. And this is what the actual system will look like. So when you're investing, you have your coin balance there, gives you an approximate value. You'll then just click onto the particular coins that you want to invest in, and then create your index. And you can just see down here so I'll blow it up with a magnifier, that you can then name your index. It gives you information in relation to the value. So very smart system, looks quite well put together. You'd expect that with a former Microsoft team. So it mentions about the commitment to creating a decentralized secure wallet, having a debit account, and again with the wallet API, they're looking to enable their users to seamlessly access Coinvest to invest in other cryptocurrencies using Coin without ever having to leave their wallet. So once you would come out your index, you can then use the decentralized exchange to go into whatever crypto you want, hold that. So you have a wallet with Coin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, your index, you'll have everything within one wallet. So it keeps, you could have a very well diversified portfolio just held from one particular wallet, one place, which is fantastic. If you could then tie that in with a ledger, it's absolutely perfect. So as far as third-party price oracles, what they're looking to do is use third parties, oracleize, to provide, and crypto compare to provide them the price data information, which is quite important. All investments are fully collateralized by reserves, so there is no risk of default or non-performance. Risk is minimized with trust placed in objective open source code in the coin reserve instead of upon the subject control of human counterparty, which is great. So it's all done by smart contract with reserves, so you don't have to worry about third-party risk. The coin token, again, is central to the Coinvest ecosystem. The coin token, a cryptonized asset and network access token, which enables holders to execute smart contracts, investment transactions, or purchase products and services from the ecosystem partners. Kind of mentioned that. So as part of the actual coin increase, the token holders' investment power and the overall asset value appreciates in return. So they're very committed to increasing the value of the actual token. So what they hope that they can do is develop new tools that utilize a coin token in accordance with Coinvest's overall mission, strictly manage the creation and distribution of all coin tokens by using part of the reserve. If they see the price dropping, they can then buy coin back off the markets, drive the creation of new programs, partners, merchants and businesses that can accept coin and assets in the future. They'll look to use their marketing teams to adopt coin token assets to be used at other parts, as mentioned, and certify accredited companies that accept coin token assets. They've decided to use Ethereum. A little bit worried with the actual congestion, but hopefully that is a temporary issue with CryptoKitties. Also, long-term, Ethereum are looking to upgrade Ethereum 2.0, so that will hopefully speed the system as well. Now, into the actual coin details. So some of this data here is out of date, so what we'll do is we'll have a look at the web page. Unfortunately, due to Ethereum skyrocketing, they've had to adjust the actual figures. Now, what they're actually looking to do is looking to raise $32 million, having a fixed supply of 60 million, because the actual circulating supply will be lower because of what's going into reserves. So you're going to have a pre-sale, which they're only looking to raise about $2 million. In the pre-sale, 2.4 million. There's a bonus of 25%. Then Q1 2018, you have the full sale, which they'll look to then raise. They'll have a hard cap of 30 million. Any unsold tokens will go into their coin reserve, so it won't be burnt. And there is also an initial 10% discount as well. That'll be the pre-sale compared to 25. So what is the money being used for? As mentioned before, 50% will be going to reserves, 30% for development, 10% for marketing, and 10% for operations, administrative and legal costs. The actual tokens will be split at 10% for employee and advisors. The ecosystem, 5% development partnerships. Coin reserves, 25% held in smart contract. 55% for Crowdsale reserves, including bonus, and 5% for pre-sale reserves. That's out of date. Coin tokens that are not sold yet, so I mentioned that. Now, as far as the actual roadmap, let's come out of it. So, what they've done so far, they've done the research, feasibility analysis, legal diligence, company incorporation. They've had the initial protocol and architecture design and development, token protocols audited and alpha release. They're doing the ICO and doing the private beta, so they go up to beta, and they're looking in 2018 to have a public release, look at mobile platform support, so that's going to be quite key as well. So it's not only going to just be a web-based platform, they're actually looking to have a mobile platform as well, have their debit accounts and also Coinvest wallet APIs. Now, as far as the roadmap, 2018 is a little bit loose. I did look to get at further information. So as far as the actual platform, so I asked a few questions of Damon and just said, so as far as the platform, how long will it be? Point 2, Q1 2018. So it's not just a very loose and hard beta, it's actually very close to launch, so that's quite interesting. I also mentioned about the buybacks. Are they actually used just to stabilize the price, or are they looking to use those to return value? And Damon confirmed that yes, the buybacks are actually designed to increase the value for token holders. I also mentioned about whether there'd be an index league table, and that was something they were looking at. One of the points I mentioned is that potentially they could even create their own index via using collective intelligence, so possibly following the top 10 performers, which is something that we could all do. You could, if you had $10,000, you could put $1,000 on the top 10 performers of each in the league table and just follow them. Okay. So yeah, looking to now the actual exchange is not looking to be released until 2019. So that is a further development. So initially, it's going to be for the platform is going to be a wallet to hold all your crypto, and also looking to have a platform to invest into different indexes. So that is the white paper. So the website looks very professional. Goes through some of the details we've already discussed in the white paper. Again, it shows you the platform and how that looks. One point I didn't mention is if with the trading fee revenue for people following your index, you receive 50% of the trading fee revenue, so it becomes quite advantageous if people are following you. Now, as far as the actual token sale, the countdown is going to be the January 14th is when the pre-sale starts. It is a very limited supply, so it is only 2.4 million. So if it is something that interests you, you want to get that additional discount, 25%, then you've got to register for the whitelist and make sure that you are ready on the day. Now, due to Ethereum skyrocketing, they've actually, instead of being 500 coins per 1 ether, it's now reduced down to 375. They will continually review that, because obviously between now, it's a month away before the actual ICO. This is just a projection. So it is $1.60. A lot of people won't like that because they like high. They think there's not much more for it to go. But you've got to remember, if you're comparing this to the likes of other cryptocurrency, you might be looking at a 1 billion supply, you might be looking at a 130 million supply. This only has 60 million tokens, of which 30 million will be circulating. So don't get obsessed with the $1.60. Again, that could be very different. It could be higher, it could be lower, close to the time of the ICO. Yeah, so 2019, hardware wallet and the exchange, as I mentioned. And also the partners. So they've actually done a time with Civic. That will obviously be to set up accounts. Oracleize and Crypto Compare for information, and Changely will help them with their actual decentralized exchange. So until then, you can use Changely anyway. I'll put a link in the description. Really good platform if you're looking to actually just change cryptocurrency. Very efficient. So if they can tie that into their platform as well, it's a really good option there for not having to use multiple exchanges. So that is the ICO. For a summary, I think it's a great team, good project, solves problems that are out there today. I think they've got a realistic roadmap. I like the fact that the platform's going to be ready in Q1 2018. I think they've got a very responsive team on Telegram. Again, get on the actual link, speak to the team. I appreciate that we've gone through a lot of information there. Digest it and review it. Pause the video if there's anything that you want to read on there. But all in all, I think this is a really good project. Me personally, it's something that I'm going to look to try and get in on the pre-ICO. I've got a lot of hope for this one. To kind of balance it out, a couple of the concerns. I think the exchange would be nice if it was brought forward. Hopefully, there may be some scope to speed that project up. I did also speak to Damon about the other competition that they have out there, and we did discuss. I mentioned Kyber as far as having a decentralized exchange, and Damon replied, Kyber doesn't support all coins, whereas they will look to be able to help people with any crypto that's available. They won't have a debit card facility, which they're looking to do, and you've also got to still manage the crypto, so you won't have one wallet. If you're okay if you're doing Ethereum to Ethereum, but if, for instance, you want to do Ethereum to Lisk, then you'll have to have a separate wallet. They want to have everything in one wallet. So Damon's answer to Kyber is that they will be more user friendly. Also, they were looking at another project was Ethos, which came to mind. With Ethos, he mentioned obviously having to use third-party APIs. There's no technical information with Ethos available at the moment, so we don't know what their it's a white paper project in relation. Whereas Coinvest actually have the products ready to go. We can see how it will work, so there's actually less risk there as far as an ICO is concerned. So you can make your own judgment. I think it's a very solid project. If you have any feedback on this, or if you have any questions, please put them in the description. This is something I'm going to be tracking. If you're also looking for other projects, as mentioned earlier, please do look at our videos, because we do have the Bloom ICO, which we're following, and the Tigerium ICO. So have a look at those and give feedback on them. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to seeing you again, and good luck.